gonna wait 5 minutes.
Why is that?
Yeah, it's a big one. Yeah.
You just signed this.
I'll find out if it's on the Twitter. I don't know if that's the right. Well, you all set for what you're going to say?
Yeah, when do you want to do it?
I think you're one of the latter motions. There's quite a few, so I'll just indicate.
Which source needs to be looking at?
Whichever one the computer's on. No, you're not supposed to be here.
Yeah, Mum was
You just come home.
well, giving you a different.
Just explain to Rosie that you. Well, no, I told everyone to be really brief. Like I want them exactly to be 10 minutes max.
Should I do my speech now, or is Rosie going to?
Well, it depends.
Wait. Okay. Thanks.
Hi everyone. Welcome to the second JCR meeting. I hope you've all had a good start to term. I hope you all had a good Halloween. Thank you to those that handed in their nominations for good Halloween photos. We picked those ones. Right, can I just get the minutes of the last meeting approved on a general line? So, brilliant. Can I have the exec up to the stage, please? Thank you. Guys, can we have a little bit less noise in the bar, please? Thank you.
Yeah, so I had low party yesterday, and I was really successful. I liked it. Thanks for the musicians helping us out with that, and finally the cross-free team for the rest of my whole time. My officer reports, which is the other one.
We've hired some new staff this week and they're going to training now.
I would just like to say a massive thank you to all of our staff who've been incredible. They've covered lots of shifts and we've so far managed to keep JDs off and running the whole time. So thank you.
For the bar, just to make sure that you're getting votes in for which field choice you'd like to, like a sort of bar, we're going to try our best to accommodate the biggest vote. Yeah, Wednesday, that's fine.
So if you guys ordered recycling bins for your rooms, can we please fit those up from the JCR office as soon as possible? We're attempting to try and encourage people to for the green formal choose the vegetarian option. Stash deadline is on Wednesday, so if you haven't ordered any stash, feel free to until Wednesday. I have sample sizes that I'll be like coming out at the end of the meeting, so you can request them on colours. If you've had various volunteering nights, if you're interested, please contact myself or Andrew Tinkler to confirm and make sure you guys got all the stuff. Charity committee put on their night and raised £250, which is fantastic last weekend. And then the coming weekend on Saturday, the 7th, is winter warmer. So after great fireworks, don't forget to come back to the bar. We've got mulled wine and roast chestnuts and you'll love to like. So yeah.
Thank you for going to the return of Spas on your league. Hope you all enjoyed it. Any first trips, you might have heard a little bit about the houses now. Don't worry too much at all. You can message me if you have any questions, but there'll be a lot more information within a few weeks.
This is going to be the first podcast of the year. It's called Food from Home Week. So I've been running through a few things that are going on. Our big event for the week is going to be on Wednesday night. We're going to have a whole day night in the park. So there's lots of different activities going on here from 8, and then from 9 we're going to watch a film in the JCR house with popcorn and hot chocolate and things like that. So it'll be lovely to see somebody then. There's lots of other little crazy things going on across the week as well. We'd really like to encourage you to make most of college families. So get in touch with them if you've got any academic questions. They're always there to support them. There's going to be a few other JDs this week, but you can get a free plate of nachos for every college family. So that's a good incentive. You can go, you can meet up with your college parents. We'd also like you to take a picture with your college family. We're going to have a competition to see who can send us the best family portrait. I know that you can look at a prize if you send us one. As well, if you'd like to cook a meal that's got flat across the week, any pictures you send us of your home kitchen or in your house, then we'll be prizes for that too at the end of the week. And we're holding a recipe exchange across the week. If you send us any recipes, we will put them up around the bar for people to share how we can. We've got some maps on the board in the corner of the bar as well for you to add where your home town is, and you can have a look and see which got the rights from the community got home. So lots of different stuff going on. Keep a look out on the website on the JCR page and our week.
Hi, I just wanted to go through some of the social events that have gone on since the last JCR meeting. So we had the return this forum a couple of weeks ago and really well. Just want to say a massive thank you to SocialCom who helped set up, and also Hannah. Since then we had the Newcastle Night Out, which everyone seemed to enjoy. Also got to say a big thank you to Fiona, Billy, Chloe and Laura for all their help with welfare. We've also had the Halloween stroll, which was really successful, and it was great to see all the new costumes. And tomorrow we're going to have the Halloween Gothic themed formal. So if you come to the bar for 7 o'clock with your campus card, ID, and all your fancy dress, and hopefully have a great night. We've got the bar open until 2 with the DJ we had from the Returners formal, Brighton, DJ Deja Vu, who's really good. And even if you don't get a ticket onto the formal, feel free to come down to the bar at 9. And then also, there's the opportunity to give feedback on the new ballot sign-up system for formals. The system seems that it's going to be changed soon. So it'll be in terms of, if you didn't get onto the last formal, you'll get more priority to get onto the next one, so it's a bit more of a fair system. And then also coming up, we've got the Stab and Green formals, the Edinburgh Christmas Market trip, and also at the end of the month, we've got the Butler taking out, so please get involved.
Hi there everybody, I've not really got much to say at the moment on the money side, but you should all have a copy of the budget in front of you. I'll be up later to present that, so if you've got questions, let me know then. Thank you.
We're starting with peer schemes so that you can find peers and kind of relate to your feelings and frustrations. We're not really focusing on labels. There'll be envelopes outside the JCR and handwritten forms. Where you can fill in the form and drop it in the Dropbox confidentially. We've also got the first meeting Angels event on the 15th of November at 12 PM. There is brunch and food that you can sign up for, and open at Tuesday at 7 to make sure you sign up to meet. So with the societies at the moment, the room booking system is now online, so you can book rooms through the JCR website. We're currently in meetings with college to improve the viewing availability of different rooms because we're getting the two systems combined with the bookings at reception, and we're making progress with that. Society of the Week has started up again, and Cocktail Swap was the first society this week with their Halloween cocktail night. And Debating Society has run a very successful trial and is looking to be ratified at this JCR meeting. And finally, there's the Society Social on Wednesday, which is meet in the bar at 8 PM and ending in 8. Hey guys, just a few points. So the laser house trip is on Sunday. We've still got 8 spaces if anyone wants to join. Also, a week tomorrow is Careers Week. We've got a lot of planned for the week. We've got a Booster CV career, Booster CV fair, we've got a LinkedIn session, and we've got some sessions with helping with assessment centres and applications. So there'll be emails sent about everything, and some of them are sign up because we've got restricted numbers. So keep an eye on that. Also, the library's being revamped. So if you've got any requests for textbooks that you need for your course, please get in touch so we can keep it up to date. We've got the first book to talk on Wednesday, which is by Cameron Gordon, who's an ITV presenter, so it should be really good if you can turn up for that. And we've also got a 10-year anniversary focus group on Wednesday. Time will be confirmed. Look out for my email once I've got time. But if you want to have any input, if you've got any ideas about how to celebrate our 10-year anniversary, please do come along.
There were no questions of officers, and there are no matters arising, so it's now on to motions, and the first one is the one that I'm proposing, so I'll hand over to Anisha to read. Yeah, I'll do it. Okay, so in the email I sent out earlier on in the week, I added an attachment to that document which set out a new timetable for all the elections. Every year, the chair uses the standing orders to figure out which elections should go up for in which meeting. And the changes that I'm doing are, some of them are less significant than others. One of the main aims is it's not always clear how many positions there are for each role. So in the document that you've got in front of you, which looks like that, I've now made it very clear which roles are individual roles, which ones can be done in a pair, and which ones can be done either as a pair or two separate candidates. That will hopefully help you guys when you're deciding whether or not to run, because one of the most common questions I get asked is, can I run with someone? And the answer to that question varies, and sometimes it is a matter of, no, you can't run with someone. So hopefully this clarification will help. I don't think there's much else I need to point out to you, other than the most significant change is that instead of Summer Ball and Butler Day chairs being elected in the second term, they'll be elected in the next meeting. So that will hopefully aid the people that run the Summer Ball and Butler Day to have more time to plan, engage a wider group of people, get a more firm structure in place earlier to hopefully avoid some of the planning and logistical issues that have occurred in previous years. Also, at the bottom of the document, I've also outlined a few other changes which aren't related to the timetable. So there was just, sorry, I'm just reading it. So yeah, the only real change is the addition to the orchestra for the service officers, but that doesn't really affect very many people, but it just clarifies it for people running facilities. So Anisha will now put it to anybody can ask me any questions if they've got any.
We'll put it to a vote then. So all those in favour of the proposed changes to the timetable, raise your hand. All those against? And any abstentions?
Thank you very much.
Brilliant.
Sorry, that was what you were voting on, but you know what we were. So then now, Sam, could you come up to do the budget?
Hi everybody, hopefully for those of you who obviously had a chance to look at the budget in front of you. There's not a huge amount of change from last year. A few minor points. Anyone who's involved in any sport really will have noticed that pitch fees or a third of pitch fees have gone up recently. In line with that, some of the sports have received additional funding to cover it. It's basically just because we want sport to be accessible for everybody. We don't want money to be a factor that someone has to consider when they're choosing to play a sport. So we try to keep that as low and as fair as possible. Additionally, we've introduced a new development fund for societies. It's basically a rebrand of the contingency fund. We just want to encourage more people to apply to it, so they rename it might help that. Some of the money has been reallocated on the new budget headings. It's not really changed what it's been spent on, such as the admin budget. It basically is just labeling it clearer exactly what the money has been spent on. And finally, we've tried to allocate some more money towards the ball this year, because we want to big it up as more than just kind of another formal. So we're trying to encourage that by allocating some money. Does anybody have any questions on what we've got in front of them? Perfect, thank you very much.
So there are no questions, we'll put that to a vote. So we're effectively voting to approve the budget Sam's presented in front of you. So that is a key document that will dictate how the year is run. So I'm going to give one more opportunity for anybody to ask any questions before I put it through to a vote. No? Okay, all those in favour of approving the budget? All those against? Any abstentions? Okay, thank you, Sam. Now we've got Hattie and her motion.
Hey guys, so I mentioned the 10-year anniversary before. So the celebration, the beginning of the celebration is this year's Butler Day. So there's a lot of expectation for it to be bigger and better than normal. Is that better? So the proposal is that rather than we have Butler Day chairs this year, the JCR president and Skidoo, which is me and Alice, we run it. We believe that this is probably more appropriate because there was a bigger expectation from the college as well as JCR that this is a bigger event to celebrate the anniversary and to also include the alumni in it as well. There usually is a lot of stress for the event because it's the weekend straight after exams, so it can be quite stressful for students if they're organising it, because it will sort of go in exam season. And Alice and I don't have any exams, so we can sort of dedicate more time towards organising it. I think that's it. Does anyone have any questions?
I think just to clarify as well, that with the proposal, Butler Day chairs will go up for election in like future years. It is solely this year. And the election timetable you just voted on, this motion will override that this year and then next year, well, previous years, no, it's not previous years. Sorry, future years, then the position will go up for election. Right, because I've got a vested interest because I sit on that committee, Anisha's going to run the vote.
Okay, so all those in favour? All those against? Any abstentions?
Thanks, Happy. Right, cool. Have you got your document with you? Have you got the document with you?
No.
1 second. If you could get on your phone, it'd be great. Sorry, I've just remembered that.
Sorry, we'll just do 1 second, we're just clarifying something.
Great.
So I'm basically just so all the colleges apart from 4 at the minute have passed motions in their JCR meeting supporting the Durham University Living Wage campaign. So basically the campaign for the university to pay its full-time staff a living wage as formulated by the Living Wage Foundation, currently £7.85. As of the latest information that's been published, so December 2013, there are 597 staff at the university paid less than a living wage. And basically it's I guess Hattie described it as like a stance motion, so we'd be saying we fully support this motion. The people running the campaign can go to the university staff today. All the colleges have passed JCR motions supporting us. It's a big show of student support. I'll keep it quick. If anyone's got questions, I'll give them my stance.
So the JCR will be voting on whether or not they support this campaign to promote the living wage for full-time and subcontracted staff within the university. So if anybody's got any questions? No? Okay, I'm happy to go to a vote. So all those in favour of supporting the living wage campaign? All those against? Any abstentions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
The next motion is to ratify debating society, so if the presidents would come up.
Right, so as mentioned before, we just want to present the next year's. Oh, we have a question ready. Yeah, so debating society, it's kind of what it said on the tin. We discussed contentious issues, we welcome suggestions for the topics of debate. Thus far, we've got 65 people who've signed on to the mailing list. We've got about 45 people in the Facebook group. And we've got a very successful professional Facebook session where we discuss modern day feminism and the Syrian refugee crisis. We do like to talk about the most contentious issues because that's where we, as a platform, university life, we develop our knowledge in areas that we don't know too much about.
Also, just a word on what we would be doing in the future. So, if anyone's less prepared in doing debating than before, we'll be running workshops as part of the meetings, just so we can get more comfortable. So it will be like half and half, so half workshop, half an actual debate or discussion. And then hopefully in the end we'll build up to doing an unprepared debate, so you have like 15 minutes before you actually go in with the partner and prepare a debate. Go ahead.
Okay.
Has anyone got any questions for the president about the society? No. Okay, so we'll put that to a vote. All those in favour of ratifying debating society? All those against? Any abstentions? Okay, thanks guys. Right, we'll now move on to elections, which I'm sure is what you're all here for. So if we could have any candidates for deputy mayor editor, if they come up now. James, could you go out with? Yeah, just start.
Hi, I'm Phil. I do research, so over September, when I was ready to come to Durham, I was really excited, and I just wanted to hear as much about it as possible. So I started reading all the Man magazines, and I really liked the stuff I saw. So I'd love to get involved with it. James is my college dad, and he's obviously the editor, so I think we have a good relationship, be able to communicate on stuff. And I also have ideas to help with the Christmas issue, if that's not already done yet. And yeah, I'd just be really excited to get a bit of experience, because I want to go into some kind of journalistic career in the future. Thanks.
Thank you very much. You have 3 minutes. Up to 3 minutes.
Hi guys. I think I should be the non-medicine at JCR Meeting, because I think I really contribute a lot to the job. So please vote for me, because I think I'd be fantastic too. Thanks guys. Liam.
Has anyone got any questions for the candidates? Yeah, just that table, one of the table.
Hi, question for Stephen. What specific idea?
Sorry, 1 second. You can't ask a specific candidate a question. You've got to ask.
Okay, sorry. What specific idea do you have?
So maybe with the Christmas issue, include like a little pull-out so you can create some decorations for your flat. Maybe a piece on Christmas music, and maybe more opinion pieces, and maybe stuff on the current affairs as well.
I'll second that.
Next question.
What was your favourite piece from last issue? And there is one answer.
Was it your piece? I did like the one. I agree. That's quite accurate, I thought.
I second that.
Any other questions? Colin, one more question. Okay, no, that's fine. If you guys could just step out for a second, please. So the question is, who would you like as your next deputy mandators? Can I just point out that this position is a one or a pair? It can't be 2 individuals. So all those in favour of Philip as the next deputy mandator? All those in favour of Liam? Any abstentions? Thank you very much. Can we welcome back our new Deputy Man Editor, Philip? The next position rolled over from the last meeting. Does anybody want to go up for DSU rep? If not, it will just roll over to the next meeting. Okay? I don't think that's anyone. Okay, next position, assistant quizmaster. Are there any candidates? Yeah, brilliant. Thank you.
You've got 3 minutes.
I'm Amy, and I'm running for this position.
Oh, sorry. I don't think the microphone's picking up. Just direct the microphone in.
I'm running for this position because I love quizzes. I watch tons of TV quizzes, and every week, me and my friends we go down to the local for our pub quiz, and there's just lots of fun. I live with Jess, who is the current quizmaster, and this means we are unfortunately not allowed to enter the quiz. I would like to yes, the quiz. Last week I helped with making some of the questions. I helped collect the money, give out pens. I like cheese. That's about it.
Thank you. Have we got any questions? Yeah.
So you said you really like TV quizzes, but which one's your favourite?
Oh, I mean, yeah, it's a tough one thing with chasing appointments. We'll do those appointments.
Next question. Any other questions? No.
If you could just step out, that'd be great.
Thank you. Okay, all those in favour of Amy as the next assistant quizmaster? All those against? Any abstentions? Okay, thank you. Welcome back, our new assistant quizmaster. So if the DSU rep position didn't take your fancy, if you fancy going for the assistant DSU rep, there are 2 positions for that. Does anybody want to go for the position? No? Okay, that will also roll over. Okay, now can we go on to the gender and sexual equality rep? So are there any candidates? Thank you.
James, could you go out? You've got 3 minutes.
Hello, my name is Max. I study French and Arabic and I'm 4th year. I'd actually like to start with a question. So I'd like you to just raise your hand if you knew what GSE stood for before it was written behind me on this. Okay, and hands up if you didn't know what it stood for before it was behind me on this board. Okay, thank you. I was actually LGBT rep in 2013-14, which was the title that preceded this one. So I know kind of like what the role's about. It's like a supportive role on welfare. Basically, I want to introduce some new things. I want to introduce walk downs to the LGBT socials. It's going to be quite scary. I myself only recently started going to them, and I'm in 4th year. I also want to maybe set up some intercollegiate speed meeting LGBT events. I've had a good chat with the Hatfield LGBT rep, and she seems quite keen to expand this opportunity. Also want to collaborate with the Eurobroad rep, because as somebody who went to a place where your very nature and your identity can actually get you killed, I was very unaware of how to deal with the society and things like that. So maybe make like a bank of LGBT advice for alternative destinations. And then potentially additional LGBT and biscuits to what's on the calendar. There's only one at the moment, and there were 2 in 2013-14. Also, improved links with you abroaders. I kind of heard nothing about anything when I was abroad, unfortunately. And also potential expansion of this role. I know that Hatfield actually have a male and a female GSE rep. So maybe you'd like to introduce a male and a female role so that they're even more support to be given. Yeah, that's it.
Thanks very much.
Hi everyone, I'm Rosie and I have been your GSE rep this year. And I really enjoyed the role and I'd really like to keep it going for next year because I've started to do some stuff I'd really like to continue doing. So one of these is the LGBT Film Nights, which we just held our first one of, and I'm hoping to hold monthly with a series of films on kind of any LGBT issues. Another thing I've been doing is collaborating with Welfare.com on their campaigns, so things like Shag Week. And also what I'd like to do this year is to increase Butler's presence at Durham Pride and at the university LGBT level as well. This year is a little bit different because Durham Pride is held on the same day as Butler Day, whereas this year, even though it's being held towards the end of exam week on Bank Holiday Monday, and so I'd like to get us a Pride banner and get a bigger group of people going down there. I really enjoyed the role this year, and also other thing I've been doing is I have been working with Andrew Tinkler with his A Way Out project, and part of that we've been doing some work on kind of gender and sexual representations and things like that, which has kind of led to the start of the film. Like, I really like to continue doing. Thank you.
Thanks, Rosie. If you just stay here.
Can we have some questions then, please, for the 2 candidates? Come on. Alex, I saw your hand up.
What's your favourite GSE event that happened in the last 24 months? Because you weren't here. That's why.
One of you just alternate.
I really enjoyed taking a group of people to Durham Pride this year, even though it was a really small group because of Butler Day, obviously. And so this year I'm hoping that we can get a big group to go down because it was the first parade, and I'd really like to get some kind of Butler banners going. I really enjoyed it, and I'd really like to do that now.
I think my favourite thing was the introduction of the LGBT night at the Clubs Bar every Monday, because I think it's much more accessible to go to the college bar than the DSU, with a very big room for quite a small community. So it's a lot more convivial space, and I just think that's a good encouragement for the excitement of the community, the scene, or whatever it may be.
Next question. Yeah, okay. We'll go to this table first.
How do you make sure the role has a massive impact on the Butler community?
I guess you can link the LGBT community to pretty much most things that happen on the calendar. So whether that's writing a specific section for any kind of man magazine or anything that's on welfare, the One World Journal, I guess you could shove some logos in there. That's fun. Yeah, there's loads of ideas.
I think it's just a case of making sure that the role is present in college and is accessible in college, because the work of the Gender and Sexual Equalities Rep is able to be open to everyone, whether you identify as some kind of gender or sexual minority or whether you're a cisgender straight person. So it's making sure that the events are advertised as being open to all of them, but it's present amongst anything else that things are done in college. So as Max mentioned, things like community and environment campaigns.
And one final question, if there is one. Is there one? Yep. Okay, if you get the candidates to go out, that'd be good. Thank you. Okay, so there's one position, so all those in favour of Rosie as the next GSE rep? All those in favour of Max? Thank you. Could we have the candidates back in? And can we please welcome back our new GSE rep, Max? And can we also have a big thank you for Rosie, who has done a great job this year? Next position is Assistant Charities Coordinators, Butler's biggest committee. Any takers for the role? Oh, we have two. Are you going together? Yeah. You've got 3 minutes. How much have to do?
Sorry, both quite short. So I'm Laura. And I'm Amy. We'd like to welcome Assistant Charity Coordinators. We've both been an active part of Charity Committee for the last year. We attended many of the events and helped with the running of them, from cupcake baking to setting up.
Last year we took on the role as regulatory officers, and we tried to organise events in the city to fundraise. We organised one in Sunderland, but unfortunately not many people came. So we'd like to focus on this a bit more this year so we can get more people, more money for our charity. We're in the process of organising an event in Edinburgh in 2 weeks' time. This is coinciding with the college trip, and we'd like to increase the turnout here so we can raise more money for Grace House.
We also want to increase the advertising for events in college. We want to both increase awareness of events that are happening to increase the turnout, and also where the money's going to. We think it's really important, especially now that Grace House is open, to show how the money is benefiting people.
And also, if there's any opportunities that arise to collaborate with DOC, the uni-wide charity community, we could promote this as well. But we think that Grace House is like a great organisation, as it's a local thing, so you can really see the impact. So we'd like to work well with Grace and Harriet, the coordinators, to improve the events in college.
Have we got any questions? Yeah.
What event do you think needs more advertising and why?
I think more advertisement can be done from Butler's Got Talent. It's a great way to make money because it's how you win or how much money you make. So probably that one to get more people in here, more money made. I don't think.
Yeah, we want to put like the emphasis on actually fundraising rather than for some of the events like you get big turnout, but if you don't raise much money, it's not actually achievable.
Next question. Yeah, just before you start, just to clarify, only one of you can answer the question, but that's fine. I didn't explain that. So.
You might not know, but there's going to be a charity expedition at the end of this year. What would you do an expedition of to raise money?
I think the easiest way to get people involved would be one which doesn't require having a special skill. So maybe not cycling like Fitzgerald did last year, in case you can't actually ride a bike. So maybe people think is probably the best because it's a challenge that you only have to be able to walk.
Next question. Yeah, we'll go back.
As you mentioned, the last charity expedition was by Pitch Please. So how would you get more girls involved and therefore more people to take part and therefore raise money?
Well, if it's going to be something, like I know you guys have the idea of the 3 people, so if they do over like a long period of time, not making it hard work, because obviously the boys need to show that they can cycle really far over a short amount of time, so we can just put the emphasis on actually raising the money as opposed to, wow, I really can.
Final question.
Which do you think is important for Grace House or Duck?
Grace House.
Good answer.
if you'd just like to go.
Okay, so all those in favour of electing Laura and Amy as their new assistant charity coordinators? All those against? Any abstentions? Can we welcome back our new assistant charity coordinators? Right, now we're going to come to the big election of the night, the fashion show chairs, or chair. So can we have all the candidates up to the stage?
Yep.
Hello, I'm Ariadne Scar. I'm a fresher. I'm from New York. So I think first off, what I would like to talk about is that I actually have a decent amount of experience when it comes to organizing a fashion show. At my high school, we organized a green fashion show in which my job was to photograph the event, advertise it, as well as I actually chose each model's outfit, and because all of the outfits were recycled, I actually had to do a lot of sewing for it. So I've been involved in a fashion show before and done a lot of work for it as well. In terms of organization, I'm a very organized person. This is a huge event for Butler, and I'm very well aware of that. Working with each of the different communities that are actually involved in it, from CharityCon to TechCon, and getting them involved with the lighting, which is where half of the budget actually goes to. I'd like to involve them very early on and keep that in mind as we're planning. I think the other thing that I've already started to do is start brainstorming ideas. Being able, I think one of the great ideas that I've already heard is the movie theme, where each walk would be a different movie. You can have a James Bond theme where models could wear tuxes or formal wear. You could do a Disney theme where people would be wearing different outfits based on different movies. You could do contemporary. I think another great one that I think people have done in the past is a nation theme. So each walk is a different country. People from Scotland could wear kilts. You could have people from France wearing berets, striped shirts. People from America could be wearing plus-size costumes. I'm American. You have holiday themes. I've already been approached by a friend of mine of getting a way out involved, in which they have a group of women who actually design their own clothing. And so being able to actually incorporate those designs on the stage would be a fantastic way, because it is a charity event. I think that's it.
You've got 3 minutes.
Hi, I'm Megan and this is Louise, and I'm third year archaeology student. I'm going to be a fashion show chair.
So we do the same course, we have similar hours, there's not many of them, so we can dedicate quite a lot of time to planning the show. I have quite a lot of experience in running Butler events. I did Butler Day and Winter Ball in 2014. Hopefully they went well. I like working with hair. I've got experience managing the committee. I like to think I've got a good relationship with college staff, and I've got existing contacts for sourcing outside things like lighting, prizes for the auctions, things like that. And I've got experience doing health and safety and risk assessments. I'm doing a postgrad in events management after graduating, so I'd like to do one more event before I go.
As well as Louise's experience in event organising, I'm on in the first year, so I can see it from a participant point of view as well, so that helps. I also prepped last year, so I'm familiar with people across the years. Our main idea is a Broadway theme to make it more of a show than previous years, so a bit more theatrical. We're going to have popcorn, tables, ice cream in the interval, that kind of thing. Programs to make it more of like a Broadway experience, like elaborate hair makeup, that kind of thing.
This will also create opportunities for more people to be involved. We'd like to have heads of hair, heads of makeup. It gives us an opportunity to have more interesting choreography. So ideas so far include a Chicago or Moulin Rouge theme for the underwear walk. And other musicals we've thought of are like Rock Horror Picture Show, but we're keen for people to be able to vote for whatever they want. We'd have auditions for entertainment this year and contests, so that we get the highest standard of entertainment for the money. But we wouldn't audition the models. If we want to model, everyone can. We really want to show off further talent and give everyone a chance. We'd have shorter walks, but more often if the budget allows. Potential for a live music walk, which would be really in keeping with the theme. We'd also like the after party to not be in Withwap, but we'll have to see if we can have a poll for that. We could organise drinks deals, and again, we want everything to be really like democratic. And most importantly, we'd keep the charity as Grace House. We'd have the auction for Grace House because it's the most important part of the evening, really.
And we're also going to keep ticket prices the same so everyone has a chance. We'll also make sure ticket prices are fed into the fashion show budget for best experience. But everyone will pay to spend £5.
Okay, so first question. Has anyone got any questions? This is one of Butler's biggest events of the year, so if we could have some questions. These guys will be representing you, so.
What would you improve on last year's fashion show? Don't worry, we won't be offended. Yeah, you can be as harsh as you want.
We'd quite like to reintroduce bronze tickets as well as silver and gold, so that if you didn't want to spend as much money, you could have a cheaper ticket, and we'd have gold tickets with a better view rather than all gold tickets at the table, so that you can really choose sort of where you sit. And like I said, we have auditions for the entertainment and things like that, but it was a really good fashion show.
So I think one of my disadvantages is that I wasn't at last year's fashion show. So I think the big point for me would actually be gathering returners who've been to the fashion show and seeing what they liked and what they didn't like. That's like having focus groups for different things, and that would be one of them. Like hearing past grievances as well as better ideas would be what I would do.
Next question. Yeah.
Who inspires your style?
Primarily, I'd say Emma Watson. I'm also quite a big fan of Fendi, which is a brand. I like their fashion house in general, so I would do that.
I tend to just go with what takes my fancy, but for the theme for the whole fashion show actually brings me in a dream. And this is why I found for it, so I feel the inspiration is there already.
Sam?
My question is, what is the budget for the fashion show?
So I got similar, and it's £3,000, correct? And plus, there's a £300 allotment, correct, from the JCR separately? Is that what it is?
Yeah. I'm scared I'm going to get the wrong answer. I was under the impression that it was £600 last year, and it's now £300 plus ticket sales.
Sam, do you want to clarify? Okay, thank you. Yeah, we've now got a question from Catherine Cassandra, who's on a year abroad. So,
How would you ensure that selection of models is a fair process? What we'll do is we'll basically allow anyone who wants to take part to come to us and tell us if they want to join us. If we have an open subscription, then we'll work out a way to sort of narrow it down, but we really want to get everyone involved if we can, isn't it?
So I think obviously auditions would be maybe closed auditions though, so I don't know how it's worked in the past, but rather than, I don't know if there's a fear factor to auditioning for a modeling position, but rather than having like a group of people in a room, one person could come in, you just interview quite simply. Yeah, definitely very open auditions, not something that would make someone feel nervous and that they didn't want to do it.
have we got any final questions before I take this to a vote?
Why would you want to give the ticket price? Do you know, like,
bit of last year, like last time and has been previously. How like forward would you be to pushing it to the bottle of wine?
I mean, obviously, we're all for as much wine as possible. I think we'd like to do half a bottle in the first half, half a bottle in the second half. I think that would be the best way to do it. So a bottle each, I think is fair if we're paying for a gold ticket.
Say, let's say something similar. I mean, you get what? About a bottle of wine for each formal that you go to, so that the prices to tickets are comparable to that. It would be about a bottle of wine as well.
Thank you. Can we give a round of applause to both the candidates? So, all those in favour of Louis and Megan as the next fashion show chairs? Can I ask you just to raise your hands really high so that I can tell? Thank you. All those in favour of Ariadna? And then any abstentions? Thank you. Can I have the candidates back? Please welcome back on your fashion show chairs, Louis and Megan. And again, a thank you to Ariadna for running the table. Now I'm going to hand over to the charity coordinators who are going to give out a prize for their night. So could Grace and Harriet come up to the stage, please?
We have to do that.
Yeah, you know.
I don't think they're here, but the people who won their night, are they on? The person who's now very red, congratulations, come and collect your prize. They got the most money for their night. I think it's £49.50 just for collections. That's amazing. So thank you so much.
Well done.
Congratulations.
Does anybody have any other announcements they'd like to make before I close the meeting? No? Thank you very much everyone for coming, and watch out for the next JCR meeting. Thank you.
I didn't really have an opportunity to give. Don't worry. It would have been awkward if I was just like.
Hi, Catherine.